welcome back to the BSN channel. I'm just doing a quick cooking vlog. I would say it's a cooking video, but somewhere in between because I've already started, but I'm just going to show what I've been doing. I'm using boiler chicken instead of normal chicken to do nice curry. I mean, boiler chicken is what I would use for, you know, a cook nam and kwai, which is chicken soup or chicken light soup, what we want to call it. It's the same sort of chicken. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing so far. So let's see. So you can see I'm making my base, which you've seen in other videos when I'm making a curry or a stew. I've got my, well, I had small onions this time, so I used about 5 of those, but if you've got big onions, use about 2. So I've got onions sauteed in extra virgin olive oil. I grinded some, as you can see here, some Scotch bonnet peppers with garlic, with quite a lot of garlic, to be honest. I love garlic. And I put one tin, well, not one tin, but like 1 sachet of chopped tomatoes. I'm going to put another one in because I want there to be more volume for the actual curry itself. I don't know whether to call it curry or stew. My mum always calls it stew. I call it curry because we end up using curry powder anyway. But excuse me for using my left. I'm just gonna pour this in. I didn't want to put both of them in at the same time because, you know, when water mixes with oil, if too much water is there, the oil struggles to take control. I'm gonna shake it a bit. As usual, I'm not going to stir. I'm just going to let it simmer or fry. I'm going to put this medium volume because I don't want it to burn in the bottom. I'm going to have to check anyway. My boiler chicken's right here boiling away. But for those who don't know what boiler chicken looks like, it looks like normal chicken, but it's smaller. Let me show you. This is the boiler chicken I bought. It's, you know, if you work it out, the more you buy, the more you save compared to when you just buy a normal pack in your main supermarket. So as you see here, again, excuse me for using my left, you know, I'm holding the camera with my right. This is a thigh, drumstick, the side breast, yeah. I might use this for tomorrow because, you know, you could just boil it as you're doing it here and then add it to the remaining sauce you have. Okay, I just need to check if this sauce is burning in the bottom. So let me just, you don't want to stir this, so what you really want to do is just put a straight line. So I do this. Push the oil aside. Hopefully some oil will go through the middle. Do it again. It's not sticking in the bottom, so this is quite good. Like that. Then I'll shake it a little bit, even it out. Yeah, it's going the way I want it. This is the boiler chicken. The beautiful boiler chicken. Ooh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, this time I'm not eating you with fufu as I would like to, but Basmati rice will do. I love my Basmati rice. So what I've actually done is I've chopped a bit of onions and I've let this boil for about an hour. Boiler chicken, well, it's in the name. It takes such a long time to, you know, get soft. If you don't boil it enough, or cook it enough, whatever you want to say, it'll just be hard. But either way, it's still tasty and enjoyable. As you can see with this, I don't know if you can see, if the camera's good enough to see, but you can see the oil. That's like rivers of oil. That's what you really want, to be honest. When you don't see oil on the side or oil in the middle, that means it's become water-based, and you don't really want that. It's very hard to bring it back to, you know, letting the oil dominate. So again, let me just put a line through the middle. Again, you don't want to stir. And that's the water from the tomato, and also when I was grinding the garlic and pepper. When that evaporates, you know, you don't have to be as careful. You can start being a bit more aggressive with it. But again, I won't stir. The only time I'm stir, I wouldn't even call it stir, it's like a quarter of a stir. I do this. That's the only time. I'm gonna make it even. See the oils on the side, this is the way I want it. Now at this stage, this is when I start putting my salt. It doesn't have to be salt. It can actually be seasoning, Maggi cubes, whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to gather my ingredients. I'm going to put my curry powder. Paprika works well with chicken, so I'm going to put some smoked paprika if I have some left. And yeah, the jumbo seasoning. You can use Maggi cubes, up to you. So that's what I'm going to do now. So please. Okay, so I don't have the normal curry powder I would like, which I'm quite disappointed. So I'm going to use mild Madras curry powder. You would use about, it's up to you. I mean, I would use, if I was measuring properly, which I don't do, and especially my mother, I've never seen my mum use a spoon to, I just haven't seen my mum measure. She just chucks things in and she just knows how to do it, which was hard for me because I would get it wrong whilst I'm trying to learn. So yeah, I'd put 2 tablespoons in, depending on how much you like this curry powder, or 1.5 tablespoons. So hopefully I get it right. I know how much I would want. I know how much is too much. Hopefully it's not too hot, because sometimes when it's too hot, it starts to like build up here. As you can see, it's already building up because the heat from the smoke. Well, basically, I'm trying to use the science terms. Basically, the evaporated water from the how do you say it? The tomatoes will make some curry powder stick to the cover. Sometimes I act as if English is not my first language. Yeah, that's enough. I've got one jumbo seasoning right here, as you see. Yeah, jumbo. I'm going to grind this in. I just hope that the boiled chicken is soft enough, because sometimes, you know, you be chewing so much, but you know what, it's enjoyable. You know? Sorry about that. Just making sure it's not sticking to the bottom. And I'd put about a teaspoon of paprika in. Bloody hell, this is hard to open with one hand. This is hard to open with one hand. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of a jumbo seasoning there. Yeah, you're not escaping. You're going in. Don't know. I'd say that's enough. That's about a teaspoon. Again, I'm going to not stir, straight in the middle. I can tell by how stiff it was in the bottom that it was almost going to burn, but again, I haven't got a high temperature, that's why I brought it back to the medium. Now a lot of the water's been evaporated, I can just do this. Just play around with it a bit. Now soon I'm going to put the chicken in, the boiler chicken, and the juice that comes with it. Okay, so let's see how this chicken is doing. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Smelling good. Excuse the smoke. Just grab a fork and start putting this into the curry, or stew, whatever you want to call it. So Sorry about the shaking. I'm shaking to get this off. There you go. Oh yeah. Sorry about the noises. I am hungry. Like, I'm not going to lie. I am, like, as they say, a com dimi. Like, I'm hungry. I know my brothers are hungry as well. You should really learn how to cook, but you know, just like my dad, just lazy. And my dad knows how to cook, but he's just lazy. Anyway, I'll come back when all of the chicken has been added. As you can see the juice in the bottom right there. See the juice? I'm going to apply this slowly here. I don't really want to mess up what's going on, but a lot of, you know, fat comes out of the chicken anyway, so fat and oil, near enough the same thing, just, you know, different state at different temperatures. You know, it's at oil right now, but if you to leave it over a day or come back tomorrow, it'll be stiff. It will be a lot of viscosity within the fluid, or it would just be stiff like, you know, butter or lard. So anyway, I'll be back when all the chicken's in. Peace. Okay, so at this stage, it's become a bit dry. You know, the sachets I get is different from the tin. You know, tin has more tomato in it, so usually it doesn't get this dry early. But not to worry, I have the juice here. So because this is pretty dry, I'm just going to put all of it in. You can see the oil resting at the top, or the melted fat, shall we say. Put this all over. Don't worry about the oil, because in the end of this, if you feel like there's too much oil, you can always just let it rest for a while, come back, lean the pot to a certain angle, get your spoon out and start filtering the oil and put it in a cup somewhere. So you can see there's more oil now. Let me just make sure it's spread. Yeah. Okay, that is definitely moist now. Now it's got to a point where most of the water is evaporated. You don't really have to worry about the whole stirring, you know, technique. It doesn't really matter now at this stage. The only thing I worry about is the skin on top of the chicken. When you rest it in the bottom, it's prone to burning, so I'd always rest it at top. But I always try and rotate it every like 10 minutes. Sorry about the camera. Still got to get used to filming and stirring at the same time. Oh yeah, it's not easy doing this with one hand, you know. But I guess it's a learning experience for me, because I'm sure there's people with one hand cooking out here. I'm just making sure, I'm just scraping the bottom, making sure it's not burnt. And at the same time, that will bring juice underneath the chicken as well. Alright. I'll lower the temperature a little bit more. Actually, it's near enough the same temperature I want it anyway. I'm going to let this simmer. Make sure it's in the right place. Make sure the chicken gets equal heat. No discrimination out here. Let's do this. See me, like from my African roots. Part of me wants to add more pepper to this. I'm not gonna lie, I do want to add more Scotch bonnet pepper to this, but my brother and my mum don't like that too much. Actually, my dad does, but he can't really take it. I don't know why he likes it. I think I go a bit overloaded with the pepper, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna let this simmer, let the flavors get to know each other, become friends. Maybe some of them might get married, have children. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. So I'm gonna let this simmer for about, let me think, About 20 minutes. I'm in a bit of a rush. It's up to you how long you want to do this for. You could essentially just bring this right to the bottom or near the bottom, cover it or partially cover it, and just let the flavors just intertwine much slowly. But then we'll be here forever, and it's quite late right now, so I don't really want to do that. So I'm gonna bring it back up, and yeah, I'll be back. I've got my rice boiling, the rice cooker right here. As you can see, rice cooker straight from Asia, Thailand. Trust me, them guys know about rice. So if you haven't got a rice cooker, get yourself a rice cooker immediately. If you're a rice fan and you don't have a rice cooker, don't know what you're doing. Anyway, I'll be back when this is all ready. Peace. So here you have it. Boiled chicken, curry or stew with rice, basmati rice. Because I'm a madman like that, I use like a quarter of Scotch Bonnet to sprinkle on the top. You know me, I just love my chili. As you can see right there. You can see the seeds right there, because that's the hottest part. Burn myself for that. Blackham! Alright, enough of that. I cut open a bit of chicken just to show. I think this is a side breast. Or, yeah, it's a side breast. That's what I'm talking about. You can see the oil resting on the chicken. You can see that right there. That's 2 thighs right there. Sorry I'm speaking in this voice. Funny I had Barry White's voice just for this sort of presentation. But all I have is Blackham. And the other one, Diaka. So I can say. Oh yeah, and what's the other one? Kaish. Yeah. I could watch this all day, but I'm going to eat this. Okay, I'm gonna start with this side. Mix this with this part of the rice. I'm gonna start chewing this because it's already open, and then I'm gonna start with this one because I don't want the rice to fall off the edges. I wanna sweep it in. I might eat this part as well, so I can push the rest of the rice towards that. And then I'm gonna suck the juice off this. No homo. Even though, you know, if you are, you know, it's cool. But I'm not. So I'm gonna enjoy this chicken. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, I guess it turned into a cooking video because that's what I do most of the time anyway. So peace. Oh yeah, what do I usually say? If you like the video, please like. If you haven't, feel free to dislike. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And God bless. And if you're atheist, forget what I said. Just good luck in life. Peace.